Can I go ahead?
Just 1 second, Fausto. Let me make sure that we're getting the recording going. Okay. And on that note, thank you all for joining, and I will hand things over to Fausto.
Okay, thank you, Jerry. Well, thank you for all. I'm so glad and happy with the opportunity to talk about this topic with the community. And well, here in outside of my house, it's coming a hard raining, and I see some thunderstorms. And if my connection's down, no problem. Wait 1 minute, and I will come back quickly and change it to 4G and some other point. Jerry, I only want to ask a favor for you. If the connection is broken or something look as a freeze, please inform and I will change my connection, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. Well, a shortly presentation. My name is Fausto Motter and I'm a Global Senior Manager and SAP Solution Architect for S4HANA Global Implementations. I had the opportunity to work in more than 10 countries working global templates. I'm a pro SAP champion. I was a pro developer hero 2018. Today, my work here in together with Azul Brazil in order to share technical documents and technical information about S4HANA. I'm a SAP trainer. I'm a father of two sweet girls that doesn't understand nothing about my job and doesn't understand nothing about technology and robots and machine learning and something else. I'm living dedicated to be the best for my sweet partner, and I have a dog adopted, Khaled Mushu. For who never heard this name, Mushu is the Mulan Dragon's name. He's a brave dog, and he lives here with us. Um, okay, shortly agenda about my presentation. I will talk a little about my main motivation, and this is an important point why I ask this is lot to Jerry and Katie to talk about this topic. I, 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 I put focus in my presentation a little far away from only the technical perspective because I think that we need to adjust some I sincerely don't like this word, but it's important to say some mindsets regarding IRPA. I will talk why, in my own perspective, is important. We really know about IRPA and the opportunity size for the next years. And when I'm talking about opportunity size, I'm talking about the consultants and consultancies opportunity size. And okay, I will change focus to SAP IRPA solution, and I will try to explain how SAP community can help all of us to get more and understand more about the IRPA. Okay, my main motivation to ask for this slot is because I'm still seeing some projects that still using ABAP Z programs or an ABAP Z solutions as an automation layer. And I cannot understand why, because we have the best solution available to work in automation perspective for our SAP process. And we need to spread to our community that for our community, when I say our community, I'm talking about the functional consultants and the technical consultants, that the best tool and the best tool and the correct tool for we talking about automation in the SAP process is RPA. And I will try to explain and share this information in order to guarantee that everybody will keep in the same page. And well, we will have a question and answer in the end of this presentation to guarantee that we change idea and we build a clear understanding about this topic. This slides was copied from Open SAP course, and this is some highlights about the RPA. In the next 10 years, I have absolutely sure, and everybody know this, the most common jobs that we know and that is available today will be changed. And they are not will be erased from the world. They will be changed from a new perspective and from a new ways to cover the tasks. And the IRPA is an important way, and maybe the most important way to cover some actual activities and to put us in the path of the autonomous enterprise. Here, a clear message. Now ahead, when we are in the project and we are at the side of our user, we need to look to our user and try to understand what are they doing? What are they pressing the same button more than one time? What are they need to open a spreadsheet, copy information from one side and paste to another side? Because we need to see how tasks was executed by our users in order to identify the automation opportunities, because this is the seed of the autonomous enterprise. Of course, first the digital transformation and another important concepts too, but to look ahead and to reach the autonomous enterprise concepts, we need to have the entire clarity about how our users execute the process. And 10 years ago, when we're thinking about the knowledge that a functional consultant must have, we are talking about a process knowledge plus SPRO knowledge. In the end of the day, a good consultant should know, should have a good information and good knowledge about the process, how business process works, plus how SPRO works and where is the right place to do the configuration, and included a small knowledge about the bug and something other technical points. 5 years ago, we need to include this Fiori app exploration, and we need to include a new perspective to develop and to do the enhancements in the code. And now we need to put in our toolbox the RPA as a best tool and a right tool to include automation layer in our process. In order to try to illustrate this, when you look to a human being that is walking on the street, you need to look in that people and say, okay, the brain is the machine learning, okay? The machine learning plus intelligent artificial intelligence. But the arms and the legs is the RPA. And when I'm talking about RPA, I'm not talking about the rocket science. I'm talking about the concept that we need to bring for us, and the functional consultants must to know it and must to use it inside the project. Why we need to know more about RPA? We need to consider the accuracy is much better than manual tasks. Low technical barrier, flexibility, productivity, reliability, consistency, but plus the most important, we need to know that when we start an automation layer over the standard SAP process, the standard SAP process continues as a standard SAP process. Don't forget that we will receive one new version a year. On each new version that we are receiving, SAP include more than 100 new solutions and new innovations. That to capture this innovation, we need to be more standard as possible. We need to be really close than 100% standard. Of course, I know that this is impossible in the real world, but if you remove all automations from the core of the application and include all of automations in the correct layer to execute it, we can guarantee that a huge part of and a huge challenge that we will have in big projects in order to attend the business requirement and in order to guarantee that the business tasks will be easier and not harder after the system implementation will be reached. A little explanation what is and what isn't IRPA. RPA is a program that will replace the humans performing repetitive tasks. Of course, as I told you, you can put an intelligence layer to take some decisions, but the repetitive tasks like an arms and the legs is the function of RPA. And one important point, we as a consultant need to have the clarity and the information about the full scope about RPA. For example, okay, can my robot send an email? Yes, can. It's possible. It's possible put my robot to read and understand the mail messages? Yes, it's possible. And take a decision based on the mail message? Yes, it's possible. And okay, in some cases, a very common requirement that we receive from the business, read a vendor invoice and execute the invoice entry process. Okay, can my robot read the bitmap picture and transform the bitmap in a plain text and do and execute the task? It's possible to do this with robot. Yes, it's possible. And we have a dozens opportunity to include new features and to link one robot with APIs, with machine learning, data science algorithms, with, well, it's like a closed and a fully open technology that you can connect with 100 another solutions to guarantee that we will have a correct robot that will execute the correct tasks to cover my requirement. And one important point here, the concept that we need to bring for us, it's the do it right, do it once. All tasks that our user and the business will execute more than one time or 2 times or 3 times a day. We need to look to deep inside and to evaluate it's possible to remove this from the ordinary task, releasing to the user only the most intelligent and the only tasks that we really need humans to do, or we need to remember that for some tasks, machine is much more than us, okay? Last year, I had the opportunity to do a presentation in TechEd when I presented an algorithm that can recognize images much more than the human eyes. Today, this is a reality. And for us, we need to bring the concept that the technology is not the bottleneck. The bottleneck is how we will apply the technology. And in this case, this is totally true, okay? The robot is not the bottleneck. We can do anything with a good robot, but how we can bring this to the business reality. Everybody talking and everybody hear a lot of buzzwords and unconnected information about digital transformation. But now I wanted to do a challenger for everybody, how we can talk about digital transformation without thinking in robot process automation. It's impossible. It's impossible to talk about digital transformation when your user is still doing one same task 12 times a day that you can remove from them and put on a robot and increase the automatization. And there are four well, this is a big concept, okay? There are four-step model and a path that we can walk through to reach an autonomous agent. The first one is activate a simple robot process automation that will execute the common and the repetitive tasks. This is the first step. The second step is include the connective automation. And in this case, your robot will take some decisions based on a fixed algorithm, on machine learning algorithm that will learn with errors and improve the decisions with correct executions. After that, we can consider that we can put another layer called the digital assistants. For example, SAP Conversation UI, when you can create a chat, a bot chat, when you will ask a question and the chat, the bot inside the chat will respond, and at the same time we will execute the task, execute the process inside your S/4HANA. And at last, sorry, we have the autonomous agents. In this case, we can have an entire process managed by a bot with fully confident with security and tested and proved, and that of course will deliver a good solution and will execute the process with a high level of reliability. If you look to me, and now I'm talking about my own personal opinion, if you look to me and said, okay, you think that is necessary walking step by step, I will reply to you, I don't know if it's necessary walking step by step, but I strongly believe that is necessary walking from the keep it simple and increase the complexity of the technology, because when we are talking about autonomous agents and in real autonomous enterprise direction, we are talking about a few solutions with some integration between them, and to discover any problem or any issue could be a little harder. Okay, and this is the reason why I see this as a journey and not only a simple point to activate. I think that this is a journey and you need to have the clarity about it. Well, when you're talking about S/4HANA and robot process automation, intelligent robot process automation, the message here is we do not talking about rocket science, okay? We as a consulting, technical or functional, we need to understand what is intelligent robot process automation. And at the same time that we need to understanding the evolution paths that SAP are delivering for us. In the first point, the robots have been delivering in best practice channel. In this case, only to understanding, when you go to the best practice explorer, as you did when you desire to see the scope items in the ordinary S/4HANA process. In S/4HANA, you have the automation link. In the automation link, you have the solution packages for intelligent robot process automation. Inside it, you have one page with all robots available on each end-to-end or on each string. And this is an important point. Guys, the SAP is delivering robots that work properly for S/4HANA process, and this is done. At the same time that we are looking to standard work process based on standard SAP process, we need to consider and bring in our evaluation the usage of standard robots that SAP is delivering for us. Again, this is my personal opinion. The functional consultants have has the obligation to know the standard SAP process and to know the SAP APIs and related to your process, of course, to know the Fiori apps, to down the head and study the innovations. And when I say down the head and study innovations, I'm talking about the new robots that is available to your process, okay? And we have a huge quantity of new opportunities to deliver to the business. Okay, after entering in this page, for each one, and I'm a former logistic consultant, I will talk about logistic robots because I have much more I feel much more confident to talk in the high detail about it. But for example, as an example, we have here a robot to execute the PGA automatically. And in this case, we will have entire information about robot behavior and the advantages to use it. Now, a point. We as a community, when we face a lacking of information, we normally claim very high in asking for information and asking for documentation. But it's important to say that the RPA team are doing an incredible job in the documentation and information perspective, because you see that starting from the scratch, you can, in a short time, be confident and have the knowledge to activate and run the robots, okay? And now it's important to say thank you to the product team that is doing a great job. Okay, here you click in the SAP boot store, and in this page you have the entire information about the boot that you want to activate in your S/4HANA. Two important points here. First one, this SAP note 2788986, you don't need to write because this presentation will be is recording, have been recording, and will be available to be checked after this meeting. In this note, you can see all steps to activate the SAP standard robots that was delivered. And the second point, this link, get started with SAP Intelligent Robot Process Automation. Here you can check how you can learn from the scratch the activate and the usage of the robot. I will talk a little more about it in the next slides. For just a second. For talking a little more about the documentation, in this note, you have a quick link, you have the test script, you have a group of documentation at the same way, in the same format that we have when we are talking about scope items, okay? It's the same group of the same group of the documentations, and you will have a list of robots available. Again, I'm talking the robots that is working, and it's available for us in order to improve the standard S/4HANA process. But of course, we can create our own robot. Okay. One point. Okay, this is a curious point. Maybe 1 year ago, I worked to create an automation layer in ABAP, one node, maybe two, to create an automation layer in ABAP to close the production orders in a discrete production scenario. And now we have a robot that will do this without any line of code. I'm raising this point in order to share to our colleagues and to our community and to my colleagues, to my consultant colleagues, my work colleagues, that all functionalities that when the user looked to you and said, okay, but we have this standard, and you said no, you need to say, I don't know. Okay, you need to look if you have a robot ready to cover this. Okay, I'm raising this point because this is a curious point. It's very common a development in some customers to have a good way to close the production orders in the end of the month automatically. But now we have a robot that can do this much better than our Z. And here, an important point. At the same time that I raised the point that we need to explore the standard robots that was delivered and are ready for us, my suggestion, this is a suggestion and this is an enhancement point at the same time. In Explorer phase, okay, this is clear for everybody that knows the SAP Activate methodology. We have one phase called Explorer, and in this phase we will present the solution to our users, to the business. It's very common after workshop A, we receive a huge list of improvements. Then when the users are talking about, okay, I need to create a automation layer because the process works, the process, it's good, the process will bring me a high level of control and flexibility, but I will need to bring to hire 2 people more, or I will need to increase my headcount to cover these tasks. And I think that we need to put, this is a message to everybody thinking about, I think that we need to put between workshop A and workshop B an exploration phase to the standard robots. Because before raise a development to do an automation layer in Z, we need to look the solution to identify first if we have a standard robot delivered, as I showed in the production order example. Second, if you are talking about a process that we can easier create a robot, because in some cases, here an example. When you look this example, we have a standard robot to confirm production order. But if the customer asks to us, okay, I need to include an email functionality to send emails for someone, doesn't matter. Okay, we can enhance the standard robots. We can put more features in the standard robots. Okay, we can do more with the standard robots as the same that we do with the standard process. Okay, and this message here is we can understand the requirement, look for standard robots, see if some standard robot available can be improved, or if not, we can create your own robot, okay? And here an example, this chart is quite old, is quite updated, but I can show my message based on it. And okay, here is an integration process between EWM, ERP, and transportation management. Again, this draw is quietly updated, but when you look this, you will saw that there are some steps that the user must to do, but the truth is the user must to do, but sometimes it depends on the business types. Some steps doesn't bring any kind of value to the users. And in this cases, we can create a robot or a single robot that will execute the tasks, or a robot with a little more intelligence that will, based on the historical data, take the correct and the right decision to identify what is the correct approach, or in the best case, we can create a conversational interface with the users to take a decision and to ask for most hard questions. But the message here is the simple robot that will execute the tasks is really hard, as it's really easy and quickly to do and to implement. And the message here is to solve a gap discovered in workshop A. In my own suggestion is return to workshop B, of course, when you are talking about automatization process, okay? Automatization tasks, any question regarding improve the automatization and improve the process. This is the kind of gap that I'm talking about it. We need to, before start the workshop B, we need to go to the available robot list and check if we have a standard robot to cover our requirement. This is important for us. This is really important for us because maybe we will have a robot done, tested, proved, available, and we will take a decision to develop a Z solution because we never knows and we do not have the information about it. But now, how SAP community can help in the RPA learning curve? And this is the important point. We can start from scratch and build a knowledge about IRPA totally based on community content. Okay. First point, in SAP Help Portal, we have a help portal regarding IRPA, and on this help portal we will have a link to trial version. Wow, now another clear message. We can use a trial version to learn and to improve our knowledge about the tool and to learn more about the opportunity, okay? Second point, we have the community calls, and in some of them, these community calls are recorded. In some of them, we'll have the full information about how with examples and how we can instruct more about the tool. A community area. We have a community area specific to intelligent robotic process automation, when we can see the blog posts, the use cases. The use cases is really relevant for us because we are talking about the new opportunity, and sometimes know this opportunity is the best way to understand what we can do and what we can deliver to the business. And please check the use cases. We have some courses, and when I say courses, again, we have a free of charge courses available in our community that we can consume and that you can learn more about a solution. We will have some meets. Sorry. Okay. We have some meets that we can follow. Well, we have a huge quantity of information that we can consume in order to learn more. In OpenSAP, we have some courses about ERPA, and some of them you will use the trial version to execute the tests and to learn more about the tool. Okay, I put only 2 here, but there are more than 2. Okay, one important point. This course is not only for technical consultants. This course is for functional consultants too, because here you will find a good content, and you will find you will discover the steps to activate and to explore it. And again, this is a message that you need to reinforce, and all of us need to spread. The activation of the robot is simple, and a functional consultant needs to know, must know what they need to do to activate it. and to test and to prove and to present to the business at the same time, as the same way that we're doing with the scope items. Okay, we have a YouTube channel that you need to go there and learn more about the tool. In the YouTube channel, my suggestion is start from examples. Okay, goes directly to the examples and looking the examples and the videos that is published, for example, with a high level of integration between IRPA and machine learning and another kind of APIs, for example, image, OCR, and some others. Okay, start from there in order to identify the opportunities and what we can deliver to the business. Okay, first try to understand how powerful and how important is this tool, and after that enter deep inside of the technology point of view. But before talking about the technology, spend the time understanding what is the value of the tool and why this is so important for us. Okay, the trial version. I start my RPA journey from scratch using this totally free version and with published documentation. Is a good documentation, believe in me. And with this, you can test some versions and some options to draw your own robot. Okay, my own perspective, this is a jewel that we need to handle with care, because from my perspective, everybody needs to know robotic process automation, as I told you in the beginning of this presentation. This information I copied today from the site. Of course, I'm talking about my own perspective. This is an outdoor presentation. I cannot talking about in the name of the SAP, but this information I'm copied today from the website. Maybe tomorrow will be changed. I don't know, but today until this moment, this is the limits that we can use in the trial version. And as you can see, we can explore a lot the robots. We can explore a lot the opportunities. We can create 20 projects, 30 packages. Well, we can do a lot of exercises in order to guarantee our correct knowledge. And this is one important point. I don't know if everybody knows, but SAP has a site called customer influence, where the customers can, not only the customers, but especially the customers, can ask for improvements, can suggest improvements, and can be a part of some trial versions and some product developments strategies. And goes there are two hashtags for RPA when you can follow the opportunities about RPA. One is, of course, RPA, and another is hashtag robotics. Follow these two tags in order to be aware about the opportunities of improvements and suggestions, and well, to be more close than the development team. And this message is not only for RPA. I suggest to everybody knows the influence.sap.com, because there we can be close than development team and the production. They're responsible from the product. We can follow and see what is happening in the evolution perspective, what is the customer is asking, and where is the, in some cases, where is the solution, where is the direction to the solution. One point more, the tech ed. This year, the tech ed is open, free of charge, and this is an incredible opportunity for everybody, because in the tech ed, we have a huge quantity of information, of workshops that you can follow on and that you can participate. And this year is free of charge, is open. And I saw the session structure, and the section structure is pretty the same when you're talking about workshops and sessions than the in-person event. And I strongly believe that will be a great opportunity to learn much more about not only RPA, but to the another SAP solutions. Well, I strongly believe that this is the most funny event in the year. And well, this year is open, and you can follow from the comfort from your house, and will be good. And now, the seed of this presentation, when all of begins, why we really need to know more about the robot process automation. There are 2 points to answer this question. The first one, because now we have standard robots that you can activate and start to use it. And well, in this case, as a consultant, is your obligation, is your job description to know how you can improve your customer process. At the same time that you need to know all steps to create a good business process, you need to know the standard solution to improve this process. And the robotic process automation is it. And the only thing that you need to do is study a little. I show the contents for you, and in the next 2 weeks and months, I will create some blogs with high detail about what we need to do to open and activate the robots. I will share this content in the community. The only thing that you need to do is open, try it, show to the customer, and use it the same time that you are doing with scope items, okay? And before starting open to questions, an important point, of course, that we are talking from consultants to consulting, from consultants to consultants, and there are some researches about how we can collect and how we can see all investments that have been made in intelligent technologies, how we can check if the data-driven solutions is a payable investment. And well, the MIT professor, this MIT professor in this research shows that organizations that using analytics see a payback of 13 for every dollar spent. This is a truck full of money inside of your house. And we need to spread this message to our customers. We need to look ahead from a simple put process in place, okay? Still the discussion with, okay, what I need to do to close the production order, what I need to do to receive the truck, what I need to do to calculate the cost with material ledger. We cannot still on this level of the discussion. we need to rise this discussion to autonomous enterprise, to a data-driven strategy, to robotic process automation, and to another points, okay? Well, thank you for watching. And again, I know that everybody is facing a new reality within pandemic world, and a strong desire to all of us to be safe, to be close than the families. And well, for now, this is my message, and now I will open to question and well to change idea. Okay, only one point. I will turn on my lights because here in Brazil is close than 6 p.m. and the sun is down and it's close than the night here and I need to turn my light. Otherwise, nobody will see me. Just a second, please.
Okay, so while we're waiting for Fausto to come back, for those of you who, oh,
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
here.
1 second, Fausto. I was just letting people know, for those of you who joined late, we will make a replay of this call available. And we did get in one question in the chat. I don't know if you can see it in there, but I can read it. We are talking just the S/4HANA. Is the RPA available for SAP R3 ECC2?
Okay.
That's one question, yeah.
Okay, the scope items is for S/4HANA, okay? But as a technology, you can use the RPA in S/4HANA, in ECC, or in third-party solutions, because this is RPA is a concept, and SAP Intelligent RPA is a solution that we can use in office documents, in any kind of programs that you run inside your Windows desktop. But the robots done and available in best practice is for S/4HANA.
Okay, thank you. And the other question was how the BR localization works in the RPA. I assume that's a Brazilian localization. How does that work in the RPA?
Until now, I don't have any information about ready-to-use robots that we can explore the Brazilian localization accelerators, but we can create our own robot. As I told, it's really simple to create a robot, especially when we do not talking about raising intelligence to the robot, because when you're talking about, okay, I will put some intelligence in my robot, I need to look sometimes a data history that I will take some decisions in my machine learning algorithms. But this is a special case, okay? To create a robot that I will execute the process is really quickly, fast, and we can do our own robot.
Okay. So, and for those of you who have questions, you're free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to come off mute, you're welcome to do that as well. You can see on the slide that Fausto is currently sharing his people profile on the community as well as his LinkedIn profile. So as I mentioned at the top of the call, he did kindly offer to answer questions. If you have additional questions that we don't get to in the next 5 minutes or so, which is about how much time we have left, that is another option if it comes down to that. And as I was saying before, we will make this replay available. It'll be up on YouTube. We'll put a link on it on the community. So if you did join the call late and you'd like to see whatever portions of it you missed, or you'd like to revisit any of this great information, you'll have that opportunity. But we do have some time left, and you're welcome to ask more questions if you'd like. Again, you can type them right into the chat. You're welcome to come off mute if you'd like. You're also free to ask questions about the community. This is a virtual tour. So if you have questions about this topic, great. But if you also had questions about SAP community, Fausto or I'd be happy to answer those as well.
Exactly. And one point more, in the next weeks, I will share some blogs about how we can activate the robots and how we can, with the technical step-by-step perspective. because for this moment, we have a short time. And the main message is, well, this is an accessible technology and we need to know more about it and we need to explore it. But the step-by-step to activate and to use it, the solution will be available in the blog format in the next weeks, okay?
Yeah, so all the more reason for people, if you aren't already, if you are a community member, give Fausto a follow so you're aware of when your activity stream will show you when his blog posts are coming along. So that's a good way to stay on top of like the stuff he'll be sharing. I'm seeing a lot of congratulations for you, Fausto. I'll add mine
Okay, thank
to
you so
the
much.
in
Thanks so
there.
much, Jerry.
Yeah.
You are extremely gentleman, and well, thank you. So,
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't lose power on you there. I'm glad the storms managed to hold off for a little while. I hope you and your family remain safe. I hope the storms aren't too severe. So, okay, so we still have a couple minutes left. I don't want to keep everyone on the line if there aren't any questions, but if you do have questions, now would be the time to ask again in the chat or come off of mute. Otherwise, we can maybe go ahead and wrap up the call. I'll just wait one more minute and see what comes in.
okay.
Oh, Douglas,
Well,
I didn't see you come in. That's great. Yeah.
great
Douglas,
to see you.
good to see you. Good to see everybody, in fact. Thank you all so much.
And I will invite Douglas to work with me on this blog because I know that he spent a time with some machine learning studies, and I have absolutely sure that he will be full of motivation to work with me to write this IRPA plus machine learning documentation.
Okay.
I got it, Douglas.
Here you go. Douglas is another SAP champion. He's done these things as well. So it's always nice to see when the champions connect to help out other community members.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Well, from my side is this. I still available. More than happy. Okay. And thank you so much for all that watching. I expected that I can share a good and relevant information for everybody. And thank you. I'm be fully available for any question. Please send a message, enter in the SAP community, ask a questions. We are here to support you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Fausto, and thank you all again for attending today. Enjoy what's left of your afternoon or evening.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.